We're back. The X2's is in disarray now too. So yeah, I wanted to make a quick video, say thank you, kind of keep up on my videos. I know I went on, kind of put things on pause for a while. Been super busy with this little nugget over here. She figured she'd join me for the video making session, and while Mama takes a nap. My wife works weekends, so it's tough. I'm also losing my voice too. So yeah, here's a quick video just to kind of see what you guys think. I'm contemplating, well, first of all, the issue, if you've seen the last video, the issue that left me on the sidelines once again for the second time after driving 3 hours out to Ocala, Florida, to the track. What left me on the sidelines was the gas cap. I recommend you guys do a separate, fuel tank vent. And there's a few kits out there. Snappy RC sells one of them. Detroit Performance sells an external fuel tank vent for like $4 on their website, and they kind of leave it up to you as far as how you want to install it. I guess it's recommended for all the big bores, so that's one of the reasons why he carries it. That is a must. That is what's what failed me. The time before last, when I had this issue, I had, right before I left, I had changed the fuel lines, and when I did, I put the return line all the way down into the bottom of the tank, and it's sitting in the fuel. It's not supposed to do that, guys. The feed line should be, of course, down, sitting in the bottom of the tank, furthest point, and it should, of course, have the fuel filter on the end of it, but the return line should only have maybe this much sticking through the grommet, and I did not do that. But from what I understand, that's not the problem. I talked to a guy that's got a ton of experience. He said that's not the issue. What it was is my gas cap, the system inside the gas cap, and this is not how I was running it, guys, just so you know. This is the system. It's a three-piece system. Apparently, it's just an absolute failure, and that is evident in that the new Losi 5B gas tank comes with an actual vent right here on it, which of course I contemplated buying, but is $60, and I'm not spending $60 on a damn gas tank when I can throw an external vent on it for $10. So I have to put an external vent, which means I have to seal the hole in the actual gas cap, so make sure you do that. There's a video online about the Snappy RC one, and of course there's, like I said, there's a few other options out there. So just go ahead and do that before you even run your truck. Like I said, I was talking to some of the more experienced guys that have been doing this for years, and they build a truck, they go ahead and do it before they even leave the house with the thing. You know what I mean? So that just tells you something right there. They're not going to rely on this crappy system that just doesn't work. Basically what happens is it causes the engine to start running lean after about 10 minutes once it gets up to temperature, and as soon as that happens, it starts to bog, lose power, and then it stalls, which is exactly what was happening to me at the track. And after reading and the response to that last video, guys, I was humbled. I was so appreciative of all the advice, which led me to doing some more research, and eventually decided that it was definitely this. I haven't fixed it, of course, and run it to say, yeah, that was it. But I know it was it. It had nothing to do with this manifold. And by the way, those gaskets, for those of you guys that have been around for a while, you know that that's the case. But I mentioned that these probably weren't Teflon, but they actually are, guys. So I ruined them at the track. I was pissed off, and I wrenched the hell out of the bolts, and so I squeezed it and destroyed it. And there's no reason to ever have to tighten them that tight as far as the carburetor is concerned. So one thing I'd like to mention, Gizmo Motors, they're out of Florida. They're boat guys, gas boat guys. They have a website where they sell all kinds of fuel stuff, engines. They do full mod engines. They have radios, servos. They even sell a whole line of factory Kraken pots, Kraken Vector pots, that is. So that's something to look out for if you haven't been on their website. But they have the Teflon gaskets and the really good paper gaskets, super cheap. So I'm going to order those from them just so that I have them laying around, because chances are I'd already kind of got it in my head that I didn't want to go back there with this engine. Guys, I want to go out there and race. I want to compete, dude. And every time I've gone out there, I've prior to the last couple times, I've had fun. My truck runs great, but it doesn't compete. You've seen the videos. Those guys are going around that track on those buggies like You know what I mean? Like, it ain't nobody's business. And don't get me wrong, I know I can't compete with a buggy, but they do run trucks out there, and most of the guys that have buggies, aside from the owner of the track, they bring their trucks too. So we run the trucks, and we run the 5Ts and the 5Bs, and I want to compete. And so I've got a dilemma on my hands. I already decided that I kind of didn't want to bring this thing back out there with this engine. I'm contemplating putting the SCZ engine in it. Really don't want to do that, but you know what? I don't get to use the Baja anyway, so why not? You know what I mean? Why not see how powerful it is? I know it's not going to be an absolute beast in this platform, but it'll get it around the track a hell of a lot faster than this King Motor 30.5. So we got that as an issue. That would save me a few $100 as opposed to buying the G320. And I want to put a push-pull steering setup on here to kind of take some of the wear and tear off of this factory King Motor servo. Because the way that thing's designed, it seems like it would, and it does seem like it would give you a little bit better steering as far as the speed is concerned and the stability of it. I want to upgrade to LiPo. The guys out there running LiPo, man, their steering is amazing. If you've seen Killer RC's video, look it up. He does a LiPo versus NYMA video. Unbelievable how much faster the LiPo is. And these guys are out there using LiPo. And I was thinking maybe I could get away with running the NYMA, but I don't know. I think it's time to upgrade. In the video, they mentioned that the Killer RC battery does not have an effect. He's not running any modules or regulators, and it does not have an effect on the factory servos. Of course, he recommends upgrading them, but so who knows? Maybe I could get away with them. Maybe I could take this, which is a steering servo. It's a Losi steering servo. Maybe I put it there, take this, put it here. I have a backup King Motor throttle servo as well, brand new in the box. Change out the motor, of course. You guys know, if you've seen my last video, how badly I destroyed the shock towers. So I need to spend some money and buy a nice one, like a Bonehead or a Modified or an IRC. I bent the hell out of this too. So I need to stop running this oil. I'm going to finally spend some money and buy some decent oil. I also would like to change the diff oil in this, if there's even any oil in it to begin with. When I pulled the center out and put 30K in it, it was basically, it had like watery black stuff in there. So I'm assuming it was grease at one point in its life. I should do the front as well. But the front's the only thing this rig's got going for it right now, and I'm on a limited time frame. I got until March 10th to get this thing going. That's when the next race is. And I'm either going to approach my wife and tell her, listen, babe, please, I want to spend $500. My 40th birthday's coming up. It's a big deal. Can I just spend $500, buy a G320, the other 200? I'd like to go ahead and get a set of real deal racing tires, you know what I mean, like some JC Concepts or some Pro Lines. That's another thing. They got killer traction out there. I'm running with these pathetic tires. There's a reason why the entire, circuit, fifth scale circuit, and every RC circuit runs those, those tiny little knobby race tires, because they work. So yeah, I need to spend some money, and I'm trying not to do it. I've tried not to do it for the longest time, but racing and bashing is two totally different things when it comes to fifth scale. So I need to come out of pocket a little bit, and I'm just so you guys know, I'm a commission-based guy. So sometimes I'm balling, and other times I'm pinching pennies. You know what I mean? I'm trying to make sure I don't spend too much money. So that being said, do I really want to pull the SCZ engine out so that I can only have, so that I only have to spend a few $100s on this thing? Shock tower. I need to buy a new shock shaft. This shock got really bent, or I need to spend $80 and buy a pair, which is the only way I can buy them. Which I'm probably not going to do. I'll probably just buy the shaft to replace the guts and make that shock new again. LiPo battery, new tires. Push-pull steering servo setup. Do I do that, or do I tell her I want to spend $500 and just get the G320, finish this rig off? It was a project that's been ongoing for a while now, and I really don't want to pull that motor out of it. That's the platform that engine belongs in. Also, I have this little situation going on right there, but I'm not gonna show you that yet. That's a little secret. I'm also thinking about coating this pipe or painting it with some high heat paint or something. If you guys got any recommendations, I'd like to show up looking good, with my new setup. So if you got any recommendations on what kind of paint I can put on this, I'm not looking for it to be fancy. I'm not looking to ceramic coat it or spend a ton of money. I'm talking just go to the pot store and buy something decent that'll hold and not get sticky and tacky and crappy and shitty. So also, if you have any recommendations on what I should do for diff oil, because of course, no matter what, I've got it in my head now that I was not going to show up again with this engine, so there's no way that's happening. So the more powerful engine, I want to, of course, accommodate, make sure that the diff can accommodate that. And the fact that it's probably got nothing in there right now, no matter what I do, is going to be better. So yeah, what should I do? Should I buy the G320? Tell my wife I want an early birthday present, kind of, and get the other stuff I need. Maybe hold off on the tires or the lipo or something. I don't know, and or just throw the SCZ in there, let the Baja sit because I'm not using it anyway. Spend maybe $200 and get it running again and ready for March 10th. You let me know what you think I should do, because I got to pull the trigger on doing something here. I've got limited time. Talk to you guys soon. Stay tuned. I'll do a follow-up video, let you know where I'm at with everything. Again, thanks for watching. New subscribers, I appreciate it. And set up your fifth scale with an external tank vent. Seal this crappy one and call it a day. You'll never have to have those kind of issues. That's just an absolute nightmare, and there's a few different ways you can do it, guys. So if you don't know, ask. There's plenty of groups out there, plenty of information out there. A lot of experienced guys will tell you how to do it, what they did. But like I said, there's also the Snappy RC kit, which gives you instructions. It's simple. It's like a little 3-piece kit for $20, and it'll save you a lot of headaches. Again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned.